At least 16 people have been killed as Russia hammered civilian areas of Ukraine with hundreds of drones and dozens of missiles in an attack that stretched for hours from daytime into the night. Over 100 people have been wounded or injured. Vladimir Putin's forces firing those 700 drones, cruise and ballistic missiles at residential targets.
These images show what Ukrainian police say is a double-tap attack. A first strike brings responders and security forces running. They are then hit by a second strike in the same spot, a war crime under international law. A Ukrainian police officer uses a tourniquet on his colleague whose leg has been wounded. He will make it out alive, but not all are so lucky. After a long night of attacks, people emerge from shelters to find heavy damage to the city. Over just 24 hours, 12 missiles and 20 drones were able to make it past Ukrainian air defenses, including at this residential building already hit last year. On the street, a Reuters camera captured this exchange between a mother and son.
It's a Shahed engine, I'm telling you.
Stop, you don't really know what it is. It's just scary, that's all. I fear for our country and for everything we have. For the people, I feel so sorry for the children. So many people died today, children died, it's so sad.
Further south, in Dnipro, the same scenes of chaos played out overnight, as residential blocks were hit by Russian attacks. In the morning, residents find that some of their neighbors are missing.
This is her blood. It's all over the floor. In the neighbouring building, we believe 2 people have been killed.
On a visit to the Netherlands, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky called for the creation of a special court to try those responsible for Russian war crimes.
Without basic security, and when those who start wars feel no accountability. So do not let Russia go unpunished.
Meanwhile, authorities in the Russian port city of Tuapse reported that a Ukrainian drone attack had left 2 people dead. The city is home to an oil refinery that has been previously targeted by Ukraine.
The images in that report really telling the story, and of course the detail behind that points to the possibility once again of war crimes committed by Russia in Ukraine. Joining us now from Sumy in the northeast of Ukraine is Paul Vazeux, who's founder of Dignitas Ukraine, which provides medical assistance services and mobile clinics in areas near the front line. Paul, thank you for being with us and taking the time to be with us here on France 24. We appreciate that. We understand that several of your association's ambulances have been hit by Russian fire. Tell us what happened. Tell us how it's affected you.
Sure. Thank you so much for introducing me. Yes, a few days ago we was on mission 20 kilometers to the front line in the north of Sumy. And some Russian drone attack our mobile clinic, and our mobile clinic was clearly identified as a humanitarian and medical field, but the Russian drone deliberate target our car, and we lost our car. Fortunately, our team was safe, but we was on shock.
And how are things now for you there, for the people that you're trying to help? Give us a kind of snapshot of how things are in Sumy at the moment.
Look, with the attack yesterday night, the explosion was really loud, and fortunately in Sumy was not too much people injured and killed, but 3 days before, they target one flat, and I arrived with our volunteer before the firemen and the Red Cross, and we helped some old people to get out to the flat. Was in fire, was a smoke, and 16 people, mostly elderly, was injured, and one children for 40 years old. So the situation, it's we have a wave of drone attack every night. We are at 20 kilometers to the front line, so the population is very resilient, and they do everything to try to have a normal life, but for sure they are tired, and start the Trump aggression attack to Iran. It's sure we see some increase of attack in in general against civilian, against humanitarian. So this is war crimes, but we try to support Ukraine with our team of volunteers international, and thank you for the support.
It's worth repeating, I think, Paul, this issue about the possibility of war crimes and the fact that the targets that you are seeing and the people you're trying to help are civilians. And this is residential areas being targeted here in a systematic way. And this is something that the world perhaps is looking the other way at the moment at other conflicts, but this is still continuing where you are. And we're talking about the scale of Russia's attack being actually stepped up. Any talk about peace, any talk about any sort of easing of things is completely to be disregarded, because that is just not happening. And I'm wondering how difficult things are getting for you now, because clearly it isn't easy doing what you're trying to do. What do you need apart from peace? Because we can't get peace just like that, obviously. But what do you need to make things better for you to help the people that need help? Is there anything that you could call out for, if you could sort of say to someone in power, give us this, we need this, help? What would you need?
We need armored vehicles. We launch in France some fundraising with our partner, the Dignitas Ukraine, to buy armored vehicle, because the Russian, they don't take care about we are humanitarian and we just help civilian. They try to target and to kill everybody. Even civilian people just walking or bicycle. So now to make our job, we are looking to switch all of our cars with armored vehicles, because just to have a Red Cross or some humanitarian symbol and drone detector and Starlink and all the safety equipment we already have is not enough, because start the spring start and the war in Iran, we see this increasing of Russian attack against civilian, against humanitarian. You see, 2 weeks ago they killed in one ambulance 2 medics in Kharkiv. In Donbass, they killed some people was evacuated by Proliska, local organization. And even, as I say before, our mobile clinic from Dignitas was targeted. So from now, we just need your moral support, your financial support for sure, for people to want to help us in our mission. And we are looking for armored vehicle, and we hope with this kind of more safety material, we will continue to bring medical help for the frontline community living in Sumy and Kharkiv Oblast. Thank you so much.
You're painting a really vivid picture, Paul, of what Ukrainian people are having to put up with. And you talk about their resilience. We all talk about Ukraine's resilience, but in a sense, the people of Ukraine, they have no choice. They are having this thrust upon them by Russia, by Vladimir Putin. And in your position, you're choosing to be there. But nonetheless, you're choosing to be there because you see what you are doing as essential to help people. And that is to be applauded that you are doing that. And I wish that I could put a ring of safety around you and all your colleagues when you go into the field this evening to help people. Because this evening, after we finish talking, I imagine you're already ready to move into an emergency situation and help whoever needs your help.
Sure. Thank you so much for your support. We really appreciate it. And it's really important to not forget about Ukraine. Even the situation in the Middle East, it's getting worse. So we are really grateful.
Paul, thank you very much indeed. It's clear that it is a very straining time for everybody, and you're there right in the thick of what is going on the front line. Paul Vazeux joining us there from Sumy, giving us a real sense of what is happening there in Ukraine. Paul Vazeux, let me remind you, is part of Dignitas Ukraine, founder of that organisation, and he's there helping people basically who need to be helped as the Russian attacks continue to target residential areas. Paul, thank you for speaking with TF France 4. We appreciate your time, and do, sir, stay safe. Thank you.